Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. CenterState CEO, nice to be here at this small, intimate gathering. Always great to be with 1,000 people you've never met. I want to start by thanking a few people. One, you should know I'm on the job for exactly 1 day, having gone through Senate confirmation, so I want to thank the Senators Valesky and DeFrancisco for their support, without which I wouldn't be here today. So thank you for your support, much appreciated. I want to congratulate your county executive, Joni Mahoney, who we went through the process at the same time, so I got to know her as we were going through the waiting rooms and the different committee meetings, so congratulations to your county executive. I want to congratulate Rob Simpson and the amazing job he's done with CenterState CEO and the Central Economic Development Council. Do you know this council has won $344 million over the last 4 years, more than any other council in the state of New York? So I thought I would just tell you a few things. One, I'm going to tell you who I am very briefly, so from now on you'll know and I'll never repeat myself. Now I have to say it's very difficult to get accustomed to all the staff you have as Commissioner of Economic Development. So when I said to them, I'm going to start out and tell them who I am, I have talking points on who I am. It's like so I don't inadvertently describe somebody else. So I'm a New Yorker, all the state of New York. I was born in Brooklyn before Brooklyn was cool. It's unimaginable to me that Brooklyn is as cool as it is. When I was born in Brooklyn, everyone was trying to get out of Brooklyn. Consequently, I grew up on Long Island. I went to Michigan State University. Thank you for hosting such a great weekend for the Spartans. Much appreciated. All right, Spartan fan, good man, excellent. I moved to Buffalo 34 years ago. I'm the only person in this room, by the way, who has a degree in meat science and food marketing. I was in the meat processing business. I have a connection to Syracuse, I want you to know that. I'm one of the suppliers to Hoffman Sausage Company when I was in the meat business. All right. Buffalo has great wings. Hoffman's has great hot dogs. Syracuse is a home of my favorite hot dog. I'm going to work my way into your hearts and minds or stomachs or something before I am done. I want to tell you that's everything you need to know about who I am. I want to tell you why I took the job. I took the job because I have a tremendous respect for the governor. I have a great respect for his completely decentralized, strategic, collaborative approach to economic development. It's 180 degrees different and better from the way New York State did it forever. And it is great for all of the upstate areas. I've never seen a governor who's focused on upstate New York. Upstate New York needs to have the executive branch lead the way in the economic turnaround. Downstate has more representation and more money. If you don't have the executive supporting and leading the charge on behalf of upstate, it isn't going to happen. And it's amazing to me the way he has stuck his neck out time and time again on behalf of upstate New York. So in large part, that's why I'm doing the job. I'm doing the job because he came to Buffalo, and I've co-chaired the Western New York Regional Council for 4 years, a job I don't hold any longer, of course. And he said, we are going to draw a line in the sand and make a new Buffalo. And I want to read you a few quotes that have appeared nationally about Buffalo. The Toronto Star, shocked and awed by the rebirth of Buffalo. The Washington Post, in Buffalo, a new vitality is giving the once gritty city wings. The New York Times, once just a punchline, Buffalo fights back. The Boston Globe, Buffalo is brimming with energy. The Economist, things are changing for the better in Buffalo. Business First recently ran an article, front page article, $16 billion of private investment backlog in Buffalo. That's why I'm doing the job, because we have a governor who has changed economic development across the state, who is focused first and foremost on upstate New York, and it's going to be a pleasure working with all of you to help lead that charge with Rob and everybody here. Finally, I want to tell you how I approach the job and something about the philosophy, and this is what I told the Senate. I said, I'll be a good listener. When I was in the food business, I used to go to all the supermarkets and listen to the deli clerks. We got our best ideas talking to deli clerks all around the country. The best insight that we ever had, it wasn't from sophisticated research, it wasn't from sitting in my office, it was from getting out, going around the country and asking them, what are consumers looking for? What are they asking you for? That was the best input we ever had. So be a good listener is what I promise to do. Lead by example. If you want people to work hard, be a hard worker yourself. Follow the golden rule. Treat people with respect. Be there. If you care, you'll be there. We did business in 45 states. I was in 45 states. We do business in 10 regions around the state. I have not spent 2 nights in the same town in 30 days. If you care, you'll be there. So I'm looking forward to getting to know many of you. And find your niche. Be strategic. You can't be all things to all people, which is a great segue to the way Central has approached economic development, because it's really important as you move forward, all the excellent practices that you've put in place. So double down on your strategy. You didn't win the most money because you have the wrong strategy. You have developed a sound, sensible approach to economic development. You focus on entrepreneurship, and you have developed your own venture fund, and the governor is also developing a venture fund across the state for regions like Western New York, Central New York, other regions in the state that have been hard-pressed to attract venture capital, right? So we now have a $100 million statewide venture fund that we can use to help support the types of initiatives you're looking to jumpstart in entrepreneurship. Your focus on smart growth and land banks, downtown vitality, the Downtown Convention Center Hotel, Hotel Syracuse, historic preservation, complete streets, mixed-use development, brownfield, historic tax credits, brownfield tax credits. Young people are not looking to graduate college and move to the place that has the most sprawl. They want downtown vitality. They want cool places. They want happening spaces. They want public transit. They want density. They want vitality. It's an important part of economic development. Your focus on health in the context of medical tourism is important. Healthcare is important, but for economic development, healthcare attached to medical tourism is important. And I know you're focused on that. Workforce, right skilling, understanding from an employer's standpoint, what are the skills we need in an economy, and having a workforce development plan that's driven by opportunities for employment. Too many times we have jobs looking for people and people looking for jobs, but we're not matching them up properly. And building on your key, unique strengths. I know there's a significant strengths around UAS, and I think that's important, where you have to go to battle using your greatest strengths and leveraging your greatest assets. You can't be all things to all people, and you can't spread your bets out all over the table. You've got to be strategic, and you've got to be united. This process is collaborative. That's the whole point of the REDC process, and that's what you guys have done well. And all of your participation here is testimony to that. But you have to collaborate across academia, community development, industry, political leadership. In this room, there's great political leadership, great business participation. It's fabulous. Look at things through the lens of young people. Most upstate areas have lost young people. Look at things through the lens of young people. Make sure you don't forget that that's an important component of economic development. And do what you've done so well and focus on tradable sectors, as I know you do. You have led the way, manufacturing, export growth. Rob, CenterState CEO, Brookings, you're out helping to train other parts of the country in how to be good exporters, and you're helping to train New York State in how to help develop regions' export rates. The highest and best form of economic growth and development is that type of sustainable export of goods and services, which you do so well. So I want to say this region has certainly distinguished itself in the way it has approached economic development, and its strategies are so sensible and rooted in sustainable economic success. And I think the concept of doubling down on what you do well and continuing to dive deeper and look for those connections for economic development are important and are a good strategy and a good roadmap for success. The governor is eager to help upstate New York, upstate economies, all of the upstate economies. He wants to see upstate get off its back and on its feet. I think you all know the extent to which the state of New York supports upstate, not just the initiatives, but the budgets, city budgets, school budgets. The whole goal of this isn't to create a perpetual dependence on the state. The whole goal is to create a healthy, sustainable economic recovery throughout upstate. That is the key. All of us throughout upstate, we have to get off of our economic back and on our economic feet, as we have been. Great progress in the economy upstate. Unemployment from 8.5% down and off into under 6%. Fabulous progress in the state on fiscal discipline. There's nothing more impactful to the economy of this state than the fiscal discipline that our legislature and our governor have been able to bring time in and time out for the last 5 budgets now. Thank goodness. We were out of control, and you all know it. There's nothing more important. Over 19 million people make independent decisions, in part based on how competitive we are. There are over 7 million private sector jobs in this state. We have got to be fiscally prudent and create an environment, as we have been, that's conducive to business, private sector growth, and investment. So from the Upstate Revitalization Initiative, where we again appreciate the support of our senators, they were so instrumental in making that happen, to the Broadband Initiative, to funding for more regional councils again this year, to the Venture Fund, which will help partner with Armory Square, to the Infrastructure Fund, which is in this year's budget, to Excelsior tax credits, to Brownfield tax credits, historic tax credits, and Startup New York. We have never had a more robust toolbox, and a better opportunity to move the economy of upstate and Central and Syracuse and this region forward as we have today. The future is bright. The governor is behind you. I look forward to working with you. That's why I'm doing this job. Thank you very much.